Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to where are we? Oh, welcome to more and more Beyond Charts Morning Brew. It is now February 22nd, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys. So what a day! What a day! What a weekend! Wow! 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 So a lot has happened since what we've been discussing. But basically, let me lower this a little bit. Let me see. Let me lower this. All right. All right. Let's lower this. All right. So, okay. As expected, we saw that there was a war, right? Not a war, but basically, we've been talking about this. We've been preparing for this. It was the day after the Olympics ended. That's when Ukraine had decided to invade or take or declare pieces of the Ukraine as independent. For what purpose? Anyway, right now the world's attention is over there. Oil's about to rocket. The markets are going to be reacting. So what is happening with the financial markets at this moment? And we saw this happening. We caught this. If you've been following the show, we've been discussing this for quite some time, since actually after December, after the holidays. We saw some distribution happening at a massive level. What's happening right now? I think that the market's responding to the new global monetary policy, right? And that's what's kind of transpiring right here at this moment of time. But let's see what's available. Let's see what's out there at this moment of time, and what are the opportunities right there. Okay, so look, we knew this was going to happen. I think that the question that we have to ask ourselves, what's up? What's happening next, right? So what's next? So is this really about Russia and Ukraine? I think there's other potential aspects that could arise from this. I think most importantly is we have to be looking at, just basically Taiwan and we have to be looking at Taiwan and China, right? That's also so. Let me get my thoughts together. All right, don't want it to make it political, but we have to understand the political aspects of these things. This makes China and Russia much stronger. We know the Fed is about to raise interest rates. There's high inflation, supply chain issues. So, and we know Congress has been biting at the bits to print more money. So right now, as far as the opportunities, doesn't look good. I wouldn't be buying anything at this moment. It's going to look like it's very, very attractive at this moment of time, but they're selling the rips and they're selling everything. So at this moment of time, I would say don't chase, let it base, let the trade come to you. Let the institutions show you that they're buying. But right now, I'm seeing massive, massive distribution on a big, big level, right? And like I said, this is really about the markets are responding to the new global monetary policy that is currently being written. So markets reacted a little bit, and the news. So we'll see. There's a lot of changes happening in the world. But let's see what the opportunities are. Okay, we're going to be looking at price action, and let's just dive into it. So right off the bat, I want to look at this. All right, let's look at ultimately. We know that the Dow futures are down. So basically what I'm noticing, they're going to take everything down that doesn't make money. Okay, so you have to be careful with your SPACs. You have to be careful with your stocks that are not producing any form of money right now, because money's getting more expensive. And, oil right now is up here, and this is why I punched this up. Oil right now is above $90 a barrel. This could go above 100. There's speculation that could go above 150. What does that translate to? Well, look, I just drove here in Florida from Tampa Bay yesterday, and it cost me around just under $4 to fill my tank, high quality gas, right? The highest level. My friends in California are paying about $6.50, $6.75. And that's at this price. If this gets legs, you're going to be paying over $10 in California. Here in Florida, probably around $5. If it gets to $150 a barrel, then it's probably going to go higher. At some moment, you got to understand, people are not. We're already here with inflation. Things are going to stop, and this is what we're noticing across the market. We noticed this back in December. Remember, follow the money. We noticed the CEO of Microsoft sold a big majority of his shares. We saw a lot of the insiders selling off a lot of their shares early in December and January. And pretty much what happened in 2008, the guy from Countrywide did the same thing. He was telling people how his company's great, and he sold like 80% of his shares. So it's happening again. This is just human nature. I don't blame them, but it just happens. Okay. So how to get ready for today and the week? Let's dive into it. These are the things that you should be aware of, and I put it in my Twitter account, so it's right here. Here are the earnings. But as far as for this week's highlights, this morning we have the Case-Shiller Home Price Index. We're going to be looking at that for those numbers. We also have on Thursday GDP. We're going to find out how high GDP is. Again, new home sales, if that's slowing down. And we also have Fed Mester speaking at 12 o'clock. She's very dovish, but we'll see. On Friday, I think this is the big number. The PCE core deflator, that's going to be a big one. And that comes out, I think, at 8:30 in the morning. And on top of all this, we also have this, the new sanctions are about to come out, and see how that's going to affect the global markets. Okay. As far as earnings, I don't think earnings is going to affect anything, maybe on a negative level, because if they don't produce a profit, they're going to take these things down. So the one thing I have noticed, Moderna, it's Thursday. Omicron's over. As far as like they're over. They're going to sell less next year than they are this year. And remember, the markets are future projections. So Moderna might be one to go short, and I've noticed a lot of insiders selling their shares already. So again, we got bookings. That's a mover. Medtronic? That's Tuesday. All right. There's a few things here, but so things you got to be aware of. As far as the overall markets, let's find out exactly where we're at, and we're going to be looking at that. Let's see. Potential movers, market environment. Let's look at the market environment. So as you know, and I pointed this out to you, we are super, super close right here where the 20 and the 200 days about to cross. It very rarely crosses. And if they do cross, then that usually is a signal for about a 200-point drop somewhere in there. So let's see. So right there, we could see what's going to happen right there. But if this thing crosses, we'll see. It's just not a very bullish signal. And we're going to see, and we're seeing weakness occurring. And again, when we zoom out, we have a potential head and shoulders, right? So we got one shoulder here. We have this head, and then another shoulder's developing. And here is the big line in the sand. 4222 is going to be a big, big barometer on the S&P 500. And it looks, once it breaks that, we can probably go a little lower as far as weakness is occurring. And we're noticing lower highs on the MACDs as well. So again, and we've been calling this as a dead cat bounce, and you got it. I hope you guys took advantage of that and did not buy the dip like I've been telling you since way back here. NASDAQ. Again, same type of thing. NASDAQ is a lot weaker. It looks like it probably wants to go a little lower. It's having this little basing pattern right here, this level. If this gets taken out, it's probably going to go lower, and we'll see how low. As far as the IWM, Russell has a date with 1750. I've been saying that for a while now. It's looked like it's working its way down there. Let's see. It's in between this level right now up to let's say 2100 and 1930 at this moment of time. So again, it's not bullish. We're not looking bullish at all. We're looking pretty bearish across the board. All right. As far as the VIX starting the week pre-market, we're at the highest level here. So let's see. In the last 6 weeks, we started off high, and then. But remember, we're missing Monday today. So this is Tuesday. It usually go Tuesday, Wednesday pivots, and then Thursday, Friday, we go higher, right? So fear goes back into the marketplace. but we are at the height of this dilemma, 32 right now. That's high, and we've been staying pretty high above 20 for quite some time. So I don't think fear is dissipating. We'll see where it can go. However, things can always change. If it changes today and we actually work a little higher, then 32 is going to be a signal that we're probably going to drop. Okay, 32. Let's see what happens. I think that there's a lot of people. Remember, the markets were closed for us yesterday, but they were open for the world. So the E-minis, a lot of people did go short. And, to go short, they have to get out of their shorts by buying. So we're going to see a reaction in the futures market. And that's what we're noticing right now. Because they're waiting for liquidity. They're waiting for people to open the markets. They're not going to buy if there's no liquidity. The Treasury note is right above 1.9. We actually, on that news, went up to 2.05. Like I said, this is gradually working its way higher. The market, as long as this is moving higher, the market needs to adapt. So as long as this is going like in this direction, it's really put stress on the market, because this thing needs to stop and the market needs to react a little bit. It needs to like get comfortable with it. So the market is still, I wouldn't be buying anything right now. All right. As far as the XPX, let's look at the overall. Okay. And I put up some levels on the Patreon for the weeks I'm looking at. And I think I put it up here. So right now, let me look at the futures here. So the futures right now, this is what I was talking about. Yesterday, we had the reaction on the Ukraine, and because we closed at 43.33 on the, no, we closed, let me see. We closed at 43.48, 43.48. 43.48. So we closed right around here, 43.48, right in there. And then Ukraine news hit, and we hit the bottom range of where we were, which is 42.50, somewhere near 42.49. And then this is what I was talking about. So I didn't think we were going to go lower because a lot of people made a lot of money here. They weren't going to get out because there was no liquidity. So they need the markets to open like now. And then when there's liquidity, they're going to reverse this, they're going to buy. Now, the question is, do we head lower? Now, these are the levels that I have for the week. As far as the upper range, I think if we take this out, we could go to 43.80. And I don't think that we're going to go higher there, but anything's possible. If you do go higher, we're probably going to go in this range right up here at 44.50. But I think that this is going to be the range for the week. So we're looking at 42.60 on the downside. In the middle, about 43.36 is exactly what I had it. And then we have 43.80 on top. This is on the E-minis, okay? For spiders, just eliminate a digit. All right. As far as the futures right now, on the 50-minute time frame, we're working our way a little higher, coming to some weakness. Let's probably going to pull back. Let's see what happens here at this 4,300. Okay, so, we're kind of, it's just having a reaction. We're at the 50-minute time frame on the hourlies, and we broke through. But we're still working our way lower here on the futures. So anything's possible. Let's look. As far as the E-minis here, the futures are right now at 43.34. That's going to put me at 43.34, 43.44. So right around where we close. So it's around break even. But ultimately, you can understand, like, we're still working our way lower, right? And let's see. Short term, we're going to be looking at 43.81 and then 43.94. Which is close to 4,300, so, or 4,400, right? So if we can, by the grace of whatever happens, we go higher and above that, then more likely we could maybe have an up day, but again, they're selling the rip, so be careful. So let's see. Let's see how it reacts at that 50-day moving average on the 50-minute time frame, which is 43.81. That's going to put us right at the upper range of so again 43.94, and let's see if we can hit that. If we can rally up to that 50-day moving average. I don't know if we have enough juice for that. Let's see if we do, and then we can set up these trades properly. Remember, guys, it's really about quality, not quantity. It's not about over trading, but let's look for the quality. And the quality that I'm looking for is let it come back to the 50-day, and then we're going to trade it from the 50-day moving average down. This is a way that you're going to avoid whipsaws, and you're going to make some nice profitable trades. Again, we want to be on the right side of the trade. Right now, we're thinking bearish, not bullish. Okay. Let's look at the overall markets here, we're starting noticing, Google's rallying up a little bit. But remember, Google, since that 2021 stock split, has been down about 400, 500 points. So again, this is a measurement of that things were happening, right? So let it come back up. I wouldn't be bullish on Google until 26.42. Hasn't even broken above the 50. Popped up a little bit there, but let it fall. Let it do its thing. I would probably looking at shorting Google once it hits 26.25 or 26.40. Because remember, if they're taking out the good things, they're going to take out everything. Amazon has a cliff. Okay, it has a cliff, and I'm going to kind of talk about this a little bit more. This is a life-changing trade. Don't know if it's going to happen, but it might. Amazon. What do we see? Dead cat bounce. Boom, boom, right? They're taking this one down. Amazon 3000 is a big, big cliff, guys. Huge cliff. And we're at 30.30 right now. If 3000 gets taken out, we have this gap to fill, which is down to 28.84. There's a gap right here that we got to fill. Okay, so 3000 is a major, major cliff. If this thing goes down, watch it. Big, big trade. This is the daily here. On the 15-minute time frame, we're there. Are they going to take it up? I don't know. But again, watch Amazon. I have a lot of Amazon puts on my screen. I have the 2800s, the 2850s. I have the 2700, 2750 puts. I have them all lined up for the watch list already. And I'm just getting ready. This is a life-changing trade, right? If the markets, again, this war ends, remember, I don't think it's about the war. It's about new global monetary policy. But if it ends, then that can change things. Maybe this is a reason that they're not going to raise interest rates and the market will have a reaction. I don't know. So again, watch it. But we've been calling this for quite some time. We know something was happening, and now it's kind of revealing itself. So watch Amazon on the hourlies. On the 15-minute time frame, we're right there. Let's see how it reacts to that 30.35. Try to go pre-market above 30.44. Couldn't go. Let's see right there. It's setting up right now. And if it goes lower, it's probably going to go to 29.60. That's a trade you can take. Again, on the hourlies, we're at the end here. So what does this mean? We could have an exhaustion sell-off, right, at the very beginning. And if that happens, that means that on the hourlies, that's going to sell off. That's an exhaustion sell. It's not going to last very long until it bounces back up. Or does it reverse and do we climb a little higher? Then if we climb a little higher, then we're probably going to go up to 31.20, which will put us right well, just above the 50-day moving average right now. So are we going to go up that high? No, we can probably go to 3,100, and maybe that'll be a nice setup on both the 15-minute time frame and the hourlies. We're coming to the end here. It's looking a little bit weak, so let it come back up. But see how it reacts there, because this can come back down and then back up. And this can now start climbing its way up. So we'll see. We'll see. That's Amazon. Google. Let's look at Google. Google hourlies coming to the end as well. Let's see. This can come back up, but down. But let's see how it reacts around 26.25. Okay, let's look at Tesla. Tesla. Sideways consolidation, guys. So it's been going sideways. But no, if it breaks 800, then we can probably go to 750. Okay, it's again, they're taking down Tesla too. But going sideways, guys, between 950 and 800. So it's in a range here. Right now, too far away from the 50. But it looks like it's coming to the end on the 50-minute time frame. All moving averages are consolidating here. Can it bounce back? Looks like it's ready to maybe go up a little higher. How high? Don't know. Remember, we're still in a bearish market. I don't know who's buying this thing. All right. Let me look at one more here. Let me look at the Tesla ISRG working its way lower. CMG. Let's look at CMG. All right. CMG. All right, CMG, below the 50. Let's see how it reacts there. 1521 can probably go down to 1505, maybe 1500. Doesn't stay in one place very long, so let's see how it reacts right there at the open. But it's right in the middle. It can go either 1550 or 1520, 1500, somewhere in there. So let's see how it reacts. But if I zoom out, it's consolidating, probably go a little higher. We'll see. All right. Somebody asked me, good morning. Good morning, JDH. I just saw Perry Williams. I just saw you. DWAC. All right. Let's take a look. That is social media just launched. And of course, on the launch is a sell the news type of thing. I think you were asking about that. But let's look. And let me put that in there. So DWAC, great. So looking from a daily perspective, again, had a reaction at the open, pretty high, 176, and sold off. So again, the main thing about these things is that when they gap open, this thing has a lot of hype. But again, it's at $12 right now. It's at $96. Looks like it wants to run. So let's see. Normally some people like buying IPOs. I don't. I let it settle. So what I mean by let it settle, let it kind of settle. It looks like it wants to run. If it takes out 100, that's a pretty round number, and that's a level of conviction that people usually have. So again, the MACDs look a little bit weak here. Is it going to hold at 97.32? Is pretty strong, right? So that's the top over here is sold off. If it can get through that, then more likely it's probably going to pop. Next level up, I would say, is probably going to go to about 121.42. That's a possibility, right around 119. So if I were to zoom in here on the hourly basis, it looks like it's having a reaction. People are, again, went up to, holy cow, went to 138. So pre-market, okay. People are selling at 138, 114. It's pulling back. So on the hourlies, let it pull back. Let it pull back. Let's see what happens. $87. Watch it at $91. But if you got in early, but what I want to call some shares, should I sell or run? Hold on to the ticker change to TMTG. It seems on the route, but everyone wants to short it. Yeah, there's a lot of shorts on this thing. It's just the nature of the game. I guess the question I have for you is, what's your goal, right? If you want to own shares long term, then yeah, just keep it. Or did you want it to make a profit? If you want to make a profit, because these individuals, when they got in, they saw this is a sell the news. So they sold the news, right? The news hit, it launched, and boom, they're selling it. So these are profit takers right now, taking it. As far as holding on to it, do you believe in a company? Is it making money? I haven't dove into this that much yet, but key levels here to watch on the hourlies. It looks like, key levels here. Let me see if I can zoom out here. All right, so this is a supply zone right in here, right around that $97 up to 121. A lot of supply up there. So if it can get through that, right now it looks like it's probably going to hold. But if you see it trading above in this area, then more than likely there's a lot of supply over here. There's if it can get beyond, let me see. If it can get beyond 108, let's say 110, it's probably going to fly. 108 right in there. So there's a possibility. I'm sorry I can't give you that, but it's coming to the end here. It's fairly new. There's not that much data behind it. Again, this is a sell the news type of thing. So you can sell calls on it. Oh, you can't sell pre-market. Okay, I got in at 80 and earlier at 60. Yeah. So, I mean, it's I mean, it doesn't hurt to take profit. Again, what's your game plan? If it was me and I'm looking at this for a profit taking, I would probably lock in my gains. But if you want to hold on to it for longer term, yeah, I haven't dove in. This is the Trump thing, right? DWAC. It's there's got a lot of news behind, a lot of hype, and especially with the censorship that's occurring, I think that this one probably would do well. I think the risk on this thing, if the administration goes after it and tries to close it down, which I think they will, but that's the only risk on right now. But again, a lot of supply right around that 92 up into this area. I think that's probably going to be a huge supply zone right in here until it breaks through. If it can break through, then yeah, then you're going to see. But with the overall markets reacting the way they do, again, it's a long shot. So I don't know. I would like it to see come back to the 50-day moving average before I dig in. But again, it can take off. We're pretty far away from the 50 right now. So let's see. Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. I haven't traded this, but yeah, I will keep it on my watch list and see if it comes back to 67 or 8. Look at it. But that's what we do. As far as the other movers today, let's see if we have anything else here. Again, Roku 111 again. So watch Roku. I don't think this one has, but this kind of came out with bad earnings. Netflix, Roku, and I talked about Moderna, so I'm going to look at Moderna too. Apple is below 170. So again, if Apple can regain above 170, that's pretty bullish for the markets. If it can't, then we're probably going to get lower, guys. Mercado Libre working its way lower. Again, NVIDIA working its way lower. They're attacking everything with PE ratios. NVIDIA looks good for a bounce down. Let's see if it goes. If it goes 233, maybe 222. Let's see how it reacts. What else do we got? Goldman Sachs working its way lower again. So Goldman was a heads up. If Goldman cannot get 345, that's going to put pressure on the XPX. Okay. Netflix kind of going sideways. Can it get above 391? If it can't get above 391, it's probably going to head down to 382 and maybe even lower. Roku, watch this one. This is what I was talking about. They're not making money. I don't think Kathy Wood is buying this one. Maybe she is, but this can probably go lower. So this is a reaction after earnings. Let it come back up. It'll probably come up to a 120, and then maybe I think this will have another reaction to the downside, and probably 191. So we'll see. We'll see. It had a pre-market reaction to 105, and then the market kind of took it back up. All right. So NVIDIA, we got that. Mercado Libre working his way lower. Apple, Shopify can work his way lower. All right. So watch it. What else do we got? I'm trying to see if I can find a trade for you guys. Let's see. HubSpot working his way lower. No, like a Coinbase, ServiceNow, maybe Upstart. Affirm, definitely. Let's see. Affirm. Zoom. So everything's going to come back up a little bit, but it doesn't mean you have to buy it. We're going to set up some trades here. Let me see. No, I don't want to do that. All right, let's go. Okay, let me see. There's a lot of things setting up here. They're at the 50. Micron's at the 50. Roblox is at the 50. Again, we have to pay attention to the news and the sanctions are about to occur. And what is China going to do next, right? China goes after Taiwan. We're going to, this is going to drop a little bit more, all of these semiconductors. All right, so I'm going to go into the spiders here real quick and see if there's any potential trades here. On the spiders, the XPX. So right now, spiders are working his way higher. Watch the reaction at 434. 434, again, is probably going to rally here on the hourlies or a sell-off. If it rallies, that means it's going to try to work its way higher. It's probably going to go to maybe 437, maybe 439, 440. Let's see how it reacts there. Does it mean we're going to rally up? Don't think so. I just think they're going to take things up because they're getting ready. They need more liquidity to take it back down. There's still a lot of people on TikTok and all these social media apps saying buying the dip. Do not buy the dip. You're being used for liquidation. That's what's happening right now. We need liquidators, and we're going to sell into that. So watch that on the spiders. Spiders, I don't know if it's going to hold. Let's see how it reacts in the next 30 minutes. But watch spiders. Let's see how it reacts at 434. It can go either way. Okay, this could be an exhaustion sell-off. If this is an exhaustion sell-off, watch it because see how long that lasts. Because if there's an exhaustion sell-off, it shouldn't last that long. Maybe half a day. Less than that. But if it continues for the whole day, then that means they're really unloading, and it's beyond an exhaustion sell-off. They're just unloading, okay? But think about it. If you're a major fund, you're not going to sell all. You're not going to reveal your hand. You're not going to sell. You don't want to reveal that you're selling, right? You're going to let the news play out, that buy the dip and all that, and then When it rallies, you're going to sell some more and more and more, and then eventually there'll be an exhaustion. But watch it right now because we're kind of like midstream. We're almost there. As far as the QQQs, let's see, it's right there. Again, we're starting to rally up here. That's good. Let it rally up. How far do we go? Do we go to 344? Do we go a little bit higher? But again, watch it closely. End of day, because if we rally in the morning, watch it at lunch at 12:30, 12:45 is when the algos turn on. So again, be prepared. Just know what time that the operations happen. They happen at 9:30. That's at the open. They happen at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then they happen at the close, right around at 2:30 to the close. That's when they start either moving or selling. All right. So just know that's when. So we might go up and then we might go back down. So again, just be aware and be frosty. IWM coming to the end. So we're all seeing the same type of faction that we had major sell-off. So again, we need some contraction. Let it contract, and then we're going to watch it for the next shoe to drop. The next opportunity right there. So let it come back up. Okay, let it come back up and see the reaction, and then get yourself ready. Right now, it looks like it probably wants to break a little higher, maybe on the IWM 201, 202. Looks, it just needs to like absorb a lot of that selling that occurred. Again, but you don't want to go short here because you're going to be caught, right? It needs to contract a little bit. Let it contract, and then set up your trades at the 50-day moving average. Ideally, we would like to see the trade here, and we would like to see the trade both on the 50, on the hourlies, and the 15-minute time frame, and then that's the highest probability trade there. All right, let me see what else. Moderna, because I think Moderna might have some legs. I think that's Moderna right there. Moderna. All right, so Moderna's been selling off for quite some time. They're definitely not going to make more money than they did last year. This could be another Netflix, right? So 145. They do have earnings coming up February 24th. What are those earnings going to say? I mean, it's sold off pretty hard already, so they're unloading. And a lot of insiders are selling this thing. Again, pretty far away. Let's see if it rallies. This can go up to the 50-day. But again, too far away right now. Maybe for a lotto trade, as it gets closer, don't do it now because you're going to overpay for your option. Wait till February 24th. Right, this is, when are they announcing? Is it before the market? Don't know. Don't know when they're announcing. Okay, so it might be, I'll double check on that. We have till the 24th, so we're okay. But wait till then and see what happens. If a reaction comes back up, let's see. And then maybe for a short, because these guys, remember, they made money during COVID because of the vaccinations, but those are kind of gone. Omicron's gone, right? I don't think they're going to do as much money as they did last year. So remember, this stock before this thing was trading at $20, $40. It's trading at $145. So we'll see. All right. So today, I don't want you guys to overtrade. Nothing is really set up for us. There's a few here that we like. As far as the, Broadcom is right at that 50-day. Micron's at the 50-day. Let's look at those real quick for a potential trade. MU. Again, so $88. Let's look at the 50-day moving there. Okay, so we're pretty far away. Same thing. It needs to rally. Let it rally. It's probably going to go up a little higher. Let it rally. Let it rally. Let it rally up. Coming to the end here, and then set up. So we're getting mixed signals here. Normally, we like to take this trade. If it sells off, that means it's going to be an exhaustion sell-off. It won't last that long, so you have to be quick. Because it could reverse on you real quick. It needs to absorb a lot of the selling that occurred to come back up. So if you don't want to take that trade, that's fine. Let it come back up and wait for the setups. Avgo was another one that we looked at that I saw. Avgo, same type of thing. Okay, it's closer to the 50. So let's see. All right, what else did I like? Let's look at Facebook. I haven't seen Facebook in a while. Okay, Facebook holding that 200. Oh, and Roku. Let's do both. Okay, so Facebook coming to the 50. See how it reacts around that 204. If they're taking it down or take it back up. This is consolidating, right? So let it come back up really close to the 50. Maybe Facebook, guys. Let it come back to 211, that 208, and then that'll be a possible trade. It's setting up both on the 50 and the hourlies and the 50 on the 15-minute time frame. So watch Facebook. What else was I looking at? Roku. And Roku. So Roku, again, sold off. It's right there. Probably wants to come up a little bit higher. Let's see how it reacts. They're probably going to stay here for a little bit. Let the 50-day come down. And let's see the reaction there, because that might be another one. Not quite ready yet, but these guys didn't do well. And I don't think they're going to do well, guys. I mean, let's take a look. This is pre-pandemic. They were trading like $40, $70. $102 when everybody was home, and they're not making any money. So this had to sell off, let it come back up, but I think we're seeing a lot of weakness here. I think this might drop soon. But let it, again, it's not going to drop today. Just wait for the setup. This is what I mean by looking at the hourlies. We see it consolidating. It's not breaking up. It's just kind of consolidating sideways. 116 is the high, and let's see where it reacts there. But that could be a possibility there to the downside, because it probably has, once it breaks 100, it's got 91, and then it can probably go all the way down. All right, guys, that's all we got. That's all we got. So again, just stay frothy. Look at the markets. Let's see what the futures are doing here. Let me see if I can. No, I had him over here. Is that it? Nope. Oh, I knew it. Okay, so ES11. Okay, so here is my futures right now. So futures, as far as what I'm looking at, it's probably going to hold here. But if we can't hold this, we're probably going to go down to this 42.70, 42.63. It looks like it's probably not going to hold, and I think that we're probably going to work our way lower. So again, that's the trade setup on the futures. Futures move a little faster. Same thing as SPY. We're above here, but we're not holding. So more likely, we're probably going to go down to this 42.97, which probably opens up to this 42.70. Okay, so we can probably work our way down to this area right here. Okay, guys, so that's the setup right there. Again, don't chase, let it base, relax. It's just another market. It is going to be news dependent. Watch the news. The Ukraine already done. It's done already. The question we have is, what's next? What's next? What are the sanctions? What other countries are going to respond to this? Is China going to invade Taiwan now because we're distracted? What's Biden going to do, right? I don't think Biden's going to do anything, because he keeps talking about we're gonna arrange a summit. Well, if you're gonna do it, right? Don't talk about it. He's talking about it. It's like, if you want to go work out, go work out. You're gonna work out. You don't say I'm thinking about working out. If it's important to you, you're gonna do it. If it was important to Biden, he would go do it. It's not important. So with that being said, well then, if it's not important, then how's the market going to react, right? So again, we just eliminate that. Anyway, guys, go out there, go get it. Just wait for the proper setups, wait for the 50-day moving average, and go out there, go get it. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably time in at lunch. Look at 12:30, 12:45. It looks like everything's setting up for that hour to move. I'm going to be looking at the open to see how it reacts. Are they going to buy it or sell into it? I think they're selling the rips, but we'll see. Again, so that's what I'm noticing right now. All right, guys, take care. Take care. We'll talk soon. Stay frothy and don't overtrade. Remember, trade the setups at the 50. We can make it's a big opportunity. Don't overtrade. Don't be fearful. Just trade what you see. Structure your trade properly. All right. We'll talk soon. I'll see you tomorrow or at lunch. Maybe I'll pop into trade if you don't know yet. Possibly. All right, guys. Take care. Take care. All right. God bless.